Put it in it. Yeah. All right. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of The People's Mic. I am Jimmy Peoples, and I have with me today Miss Anya. I'm not going to say your Facebook name. Anya Volz.
Volz, yeah.
Volz, V-O-L-T-S.
That's how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's V-O-L-Z.
V-O-L-Z.
Yeah.
And to my left, Mr. Ray Gootz.
Hey, what's up, man?
You guys both have Gootz and Volz, yes?
Yeah.
How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Very amazing. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for hanging
Thanks
out.
for having me.
Yeah. First, let's do. How's your day?
That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything exciting? Like the shirt?
Oh, thanks, man. It's a shredder shirt.
It is a shirt. I just saw. Did you see part 2?
No, Out of the Shadows?
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't see
yeah.
that. No, the first one was so bad I boycotted the second.
Did you?
Yeah.
You're not a Mutant
No
Ninja
idea.
Turtle.
No, I think
How old
yeah,
are you
I'm too
first?
young.
Holy shit.
My brother's a big fan. My brother's.
He's
8
cringing
years
right
old.
now. Did you see him
Yeah,
cringe?
no,
I
I'm
felt him
used to it.
cringe.
I'm used to it.
They still have the new Turtles on Nickelodeon, though.
Yeah, but I'm too old for that.
Oh, okay. So you're right in the middle.
I'm the in
yes.
between
Either way,
generation.
you're disgusted.
Well, I mean, I'm familiar with them, but my brother was really into them, and I feel like when I would have been the age that I would be interested, I was too busy being like, I don't like anything my brother likes.
Yeah,
You know what I
of
mean?
course.
Yeah.
So, but I was still a little too young. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh shoot! How was your day?
It was good.
Good.
I woke up when I texted you back, so 10 a.m. I'm unemployed right now, so I'm
Nice.
just honestly, I'm just gonna sleep and do comedy, and that's everything.
As you should.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
Yeah,
That's-
but I'm just leaning into it while I can because I do need a new job soon.
Are you working out?
I just do comedy.
That's
I have
it.
a web series I make money off of.
Yeah.
eBay, but that's it.
And what's the name of it? What shout out?
It's the game. It's Game Over Girls on
Game
on
Over
YouTube. Yeah.
Girls. As yes.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Let's do origin story. How'd you get into comedy?
I started when I was 18, right after I graduated from community college. I got my associate's degree, and then was like, well, I gotta do comedy now.
Comedy.
That's all I want to do.
That's
That's all
what
I
that
want to do.
means.
Also, because the associate's degree, you can't do anything else.
No, but
you have
comedy.
you have to pursue an art of some kind.
Every associate's degree, you should graduate to an open mic.
Yeah, to an open mic. So I did my first open mic basically a couple weeks before I graduated, and then I got really into it.
Where at?
In Burlington, Vermont.
Burlington, Vermont.
Yeah.
How was that scene?
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good. I mean it. Yeah.
Was it really?
It's
I thought
incredible.
that was-
yeah.
Oh shit.
There's a lot of talent out of there. Like Carmen Lagala. Do you know Carmen Lagala?
No
She's from
comment.
there.
She's awesome.
She's from there. I'm from there.
Yeah.
That should be two
That's it.
two examples for
Ah.
you. There are a lot of really talented people from
Yeah,
there, though.
that's dope.
But some of them moved to LA or Chicago, so you
Cool.
might not know them.
Yep.
Or some of them currently still live in Burlington.
And they stand.
Maybe, or they're just incubating their craft for a little bit longer before they branch out.
That's
I
dope.
don't know their
And
life.
When'd you come to New York?
I moved here a little over a year ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Just a year? I feel
Yeah,
like
just
you've
a
been
year.
longer.
Yeah, I mean, it feels longer to me too. New York really punches you in the gut. But no, I love it. And
Nice.
it hasn't worn me down yet, I don't think.
Nice. The Gootz?
Yeah, what's up?
How was your? Tell me your origin story. Tell me.
How the
Yeah,
started?
the Gootz story.
Well, I was gonna do it right after high school, but then I don't know, things got weird in my life. I got a really nasty acting teacher and a really bad experience at the drama club, so I kind of dropped out of showbiz for my entire all of college,
Yeah.
and then I had a job lined up at the end of college, and it fell through. And my friend was working at Caroline's as the website designer.
Yeah.
And he said, I can get you in, answering phones there. And I go, oh, well, maybe I can go back to doing, maybe one day pursuing comedy.
Yeah.
So I got a job there, and then soon they promoted me as the manager, and then I started doing stand-up.
That's dope.
Yeah, and I was doing stand-up for a long time, part-time, just 2 days a week.
Yeah.
And then I was working crazy hours, because when you're the manager there, it's you're there every day, you're there until closing. So about 2 years ago, when my mom passed, I finally just quit and went into comedy full-time, and I've been doing comedy now full-time for 2 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's dope. And you're originally from New York?
Yeah, from Astoria, Queens.
Astoria, Queens. Nice. All right. We'll do a couple questions. Just what is bothering you? And this always goes to politics, but what is bothering you about this country right now?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus, gonna go into politics. I just think like people like we now have more information out there ever before, and people are just dumber. Mm-hmm. People are just dumbing down on being idiots. Yeah. Like I just feel like people now, when they go on the internet, instead of looking at all different ideas or getting smarter, they just find a group of people that agree with them that the world is flat, or that I don't know, like some ridiculous shit, or like like the ridiculous shit, like racist shit and stuff like that. They just find people that double down on that, and they just sit and hang out with them all day. Like nobody looks at all the facts. No. Nobody looks at. Yeah, that's why I think we got a guy like Trump elected. Same thing with Twitter. People are trying to now. Politics is devolved, and you're just arguing points with memes rather than actually having a real discussion. Yeah. You just send the meme. Half the time, the meme has a fake. Yeah. Like there was that meme about Trump who said I'd become a Republican because the Republicans are all idiots, and he never said that. Someone just wrote that, and everybody just takes it as fact. Yeah. So I just feel like now people
Facebook news is like
people have gotten actually dumber. People have actually gotten dumber when we have all the information in the world available now in their pockets, and they've somehow gotten dumber. Yeah. That when in the past you had to go to the library or buy a newspaper every day to like get information, like to get when you had to actually do research. Yeah,
I still go to the library.
Okay,
I love the library.
Do you go to the library to like read books or to work?
I have a Simply Reader on my phone, so I get my books to my phone, and then I go to get everything's free. So I go to get to do comedy, to work, to plan. Yeah, it's like my bat cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I love the library.
Yeah,
I was raised by a librarian, so.
Oh, okay. Well,
that
all adds up.
Yeah. So you're like, go to the library. If anything else, just use the library before you buy stuff.
I had a weird association with libraries in my head because I was always bringing books back late, so I was always in trouble, you know? Like whenever I was at the library, I was like, ugh, I know, it's late.
Yeah, they got rid of that now, so now I don't know how they make money.
Is it Netflix for the library?
You can get movies from the library.
No, I know that, Was it free? There's no penalty now.
There's no penalty because there's a Simply Reader. Yeah, you can get videos straight to your phone.
So how do they make money?
I have donations. They push the donations like crazy now. So there's
like
people,
public radio.
Like public radio. People who actually use the library and have made millions. They donate.
I have a huge library that I used to go to up the block from my house, but now there's like all these homeless guys.
Yeah, it's some of them.
I don't even know why anyone send their kid in that library because there's so many homeless people.
Yeah, there's like the dark library where it's like just the seedy part of the library,
but then you also have to be like, that's kind of the thing I respect about spaces like that is that they're not turning people like that away.
Yeah.
No, but they're like in front, like
of course. Yeah, I mean like there isn't a no loitering sign outside of libraries, like in like food co-ops and stuff like that. It's like this is. If you're not hurting anybody, you can hang out here. And although it's like inconvenient for us, you have to respect that philosophy because it's like. That's one of the few pure things left in our civilization.
Yeah. I like watching bum fights. That's my favorite.
That's the other pure thing left.
There's still bum fights. You can see two guys fighting over make believe knives and just
Yeah. Remember they had those DVDs and all.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. With every day, and my job, I don't even work at the library, but I am the designated security. So when something
goes... You're at the library?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm there that much. They're like, hey, can you break that up? I was like, I'm not getting paid for this.
Yeah.
You know? But
you are kind of dressed like a bouncer right
I know. This is my standard,
black shirt, dark wash
everywhere.
jeans.
I can't stand next to doors, and
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
No, as soon as
I mean, it's a really easy Halloween costume.
Absolutely.
Is you just dress how you normally would, and then stand next to a door. People are like, "What are you?" And you're like, "I'm the doorman."
You could probably just stand next to any business and just go ID.
Absolutely.
Can't get in.
Absolutely.
Anybody can do that though. Like, have you ever done that? You can just like stand outside a door and be like, "ID, please," and people just believe you.
Yeah.
And it's very mean to turn people away, but it's really funny.
Like $20.
Yeah.
$20, and some people are like, oh, and then still pull out money.
Yeah. But don't do that. It's rude.
Yeah. Supposedly.
It's rude.
Like if I'm really low, I'm just gonna stand near doors. All right. Let's do some Q&A. If you weren't doing comedy, what would you be doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Uh,
I'll start with Anya.
Probably the other job I always wanted to do, and I still want to do it. It's just really hard to break in. I think it's harder than comedy. Is to write comic books.
Really?
But like I looked into it, and it's like super hard, like to get into that.
I have a friend who does it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying that she didn't work really hard to get there, but it like I guess because I have a like personal friend who does it, it seems way more accessible.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, you can do that. Go do that.
No, I just want to write. But there's people that just write that don't draw. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'm just saying it from the perspective of like you should do it, but also do comedy. Do whatever you want.
Absolutely. Because we're in this time, like, you could do anything.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing.
Especially,
put it online.
No, that's true. I just gotta find an artist. That's what I do.
Yeah, I can see. But like there's a lot of artists that if they really believe in like what you're writing, I feel like it'd be really easy to collaborate with someone.
No, that's true. You're right.
Going Fiverr? You do Fiverr or DeviantArt?
I met a guy on DeviantArt. Actually, we're gonna do a comp book together. Yeah. And then like I just haven't pursued him.
Now I'm just gonna have you back in the month.
Yeah.
Now it just sounds like a lot of excuses.
Yeah. No, what's the problem?
Yeah.
Is this actually? All right.
I think I don't know. I've wanted to do comedy since I was like 15, and then it's like my entire adult life I've been doing it. So in my head I'm like, I would do nothing else. Yeah. But of course there's like always the thing in the back of my mind where it's like, well, if I didn't do comedy, I could just live in the hills and like farm, because like there's something I guess I never even answered the question of what's bothering me in this country, but it's not in the country as much as like in general. I just feel like we're so attached to our devices, and I am like so guilty of that, and I'm not even trying to like cut back actively or anything, but I just think that if I was in a different field that was like you don't have to self-promote, like farming or like something like you can just like live in your house and show up to the market with the goods and like check Facebook once a week or something. Because I'm from Vermont, I have a lot of friends who pursued like the much quote unquote simpler lifestyle, and it is like I like look at their Instagram that they update once a month, and I'm just like, oh, it's so beautiful. Like whatever your life is like is so beautiful.
There's a website where you can grow stuff and they'll come and pick it up and sell it.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse as to, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I feel like no, in the future there's gonna be a farmer that's always on Instagram and on Snapchat, and he's gonna become like the biggest farmer in town.
Well, I think that's already a thing, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, especially because I've worked at multiple food co-ops in Vermont, so I know a lot of farmers, and like the ones that have like pretty strong social media presences are the ones that I see on more shelves in the grocery stores. But it's it's a thing of capitalism. Are you doing this to become the biggest farmer? Or are you doing this to support yourself and just like
for both? No.
Right. Well, no, but I mean, like, if I were like pursuing that lifestyle, I don't think I would be trying to be like the best, biggest farmer. I would just be like trying to cover my overhead and like.
But eventually,
live my life.
When people start coming to you, you get to the point where how much more can I get?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like everything in this country is like poisoned by capitalism.
Once you get a taste of it.
Do you know Luisa Diaz? She's like a booker and like.
Yeah, she does. She does the the one Halloween show where everybody dresses like.
Stick or Treat.
That's
she does
what
that.
Okay.
She does that. She's like booked several shows in Brooklyn mostly. But anyway, the point is she's like very peripherally involved in comedy, and every time she and I talk, we always get into this discussion about how she loves comedy, and that's why she like books it and cares about it, but she would never do it herself because in this society, to do the thing that you love, you're putting a dollar value on yourself as a person, because it's impossible to live in a capitalist society and try to make money off of the thing you love and not also equate yourself and like your value with how you're doing in that field.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's probably going to be true about anything that if you're putting your whole heart and soul into it. So like, of course, if you're a farmer and more people are trying to buy from you, you're going to be like, well, me as a person must be really great at this. And then you're like, I'm going to be the best there ever was. But I think if you're self-aware about it, maybe you can just be like, I'm making enough money. Thank you, though. You know? But like, I don't know how I would actually, I'm never going to do that. So I can't say that I would do it differently than the people that are out there right now.
Wow.
Hustling. That farm hustle, you know?
Yeah.
You got to get up every day at 5 a.m.
Wow.
It is a hustle.
It's different. It's a different type of get up. You know, we have to get up
absolutely.
every day, but it's like up,
I'd be lazy. I just want to grow whatever I put into a salad. That's all.
I know. Well, that's the thing. Or like, I would love to be one of those people. I'm not like, honestly, I don't have the mind for it, but I would love to be the kind of person that just is like not even making any money. I'm just self-sufficient in the woods.
That's it. I end my farming ends with just growing an onion. That's it.
I know.
I've grown an onion and.
Hallelujah. I would like it sounds so calming to think of that. I know it's probably stressful because now like your livelihood is just everything you do every day.
Absolutely.
So it's like if I let this one thing slip, we don't have clean water tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's stressful, but in my mind it sounds so peaceful. It sounds so peaceful to never like have to talk to my piece of shit landlord again, you know?
Yeah. You build your own house.
Yeah.
You how do you book shows, right?
Yeah, I book one show.
How do you feel about bookers who aren't, she brought up a point, who aren't comedians?
I think it's cool. The only problem I have with certain people is sometimes I feel like people treat comedy like high school.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's some people who had like a really shitty night at prom.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they're going to take it out on the entire comedy industry for the rest of their lives. Like, people won't, like, I try, like, when I have a show, I say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, even if somebody was booked against my will, like, the club goes, you have to put this person on.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, good to see you. Like, you know?
Be professional.
Yeah, and then, like, I'll go to other places and I'll say hi to the booker, or I'll say hi.
Yeah.
And even though I'm on the show, they, like, mumble. And I'm like, can you be a little personal? Can you just be a little fake?
Yeah.
But then they'll see somebody else they like, and then, like, oh my god, how are you? Do you want my kidney? Like, you know, like, and that's the only thing. But yeah, if you do, I don't think you need to do comedy to book the room. In fact, I think it's better to not do comedy.
It's more objective.
Yeah, it's more objective. Yeah. And I feel like there's comedians who also treat comedy like high school. They never.
Oh my god, there definitely are.
Really?
Well, I'll say that also as like a woman in comedy. I feel like there's a lot of men who are like, well, girls didn't like me in high school, so I hate girls, and it's just like fucking get over yourself, dude.
Somebody once said like stuff that happens to you the 4 years of high school defines you for the rest of your life. And I had a really great time in high school, but I also had shitty times. But I don't let the shitty times define like how I interact with people in my 30s.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's people in their 50s that are letting some bad day in high school, some day where some girl they asked out said no.
Yeah.
They're in their 50s still holding it against someone.
And they absolutely are.
Yeah,
it's like the any of the guys that I'm sure they all have their own personal reason why they came to this bigoted perspective. But any guy who's like women aren't funny, I'm just like, how many women didn't blow you in high school? Is this what the problem is right now? Like, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
just be nice to people. Give everyone a chance. Like, we all have like, you know, different prejudices that we accidentally have in our mind. And you know, if your personal thing is like you never really find women funny, it's like, okay, like check in with that. And now there's a woman on stage and like actually listen to her and don't just like think, well, women aren't funny, so she's not funny. Or whoever it is for you. Because I think we all have stuff like that. Like, I know that I always am like, oh, like, this fucking guy with, like, a thick Long Island accent probably has something racist to say. And then he like...
usually do.
But, I mean, you know, now I'm dating a guy with a thick Long Island accent.
Oh, he got you.
He got me. And you know what? He's got so much racist shit to say. No, I'm kidding.
Get a Trump poster.
Yeah. And honestly, I've come around to the idea. I think I'm a racist now.
Yeah.
No.
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, yeah, really? I was like, what? Not Anya.
Yeah, no. After like all the things I just preached about acceptance, and I'm like, and speaking of which,
hippie racist.
Yeah,
Hippie racist.
I'm the hippie girl from Vermont who also is like,
I'm the hippie liberal racist.
Yeah, I mean they exist. Believe me.
They should have rights, but they should keep their rights out of my face.
Oh my god.
Well, that's kind of the separate but equal
Yeah,
perspective
I know, right?
is keep their rights out of my face. Jesus, we just cut down a rabbit hole.
You should be illegal, but just somewhere else, not
over
around
there. Over there.
You should have the same opportunities as I do, but like in another state where I don't ever see you.
Is there? You brought up a point. Is there a thing that happened to you in high school?
Yeah, there's
That
a
you
big
hold
thing
to?
that happened to me in high school.
That's a new question. I'm gonna start asking.
Oh,
What was the thing
I have an answer too. I can't wait to hear your answer.
I dated a girl.
Yeah.
It's my first ever girlfriend, and at the time, my senior class, junior year, there weren't a lot of like hot chicks in there, like 5. But she was like of the top 5,
Yeah.
so like it was like a real big deal. So we had a fight about. I like wrestling. I still like wrestling.
Uh-huh.
I wanted her to go meet. She said I want to go eat wrestling shows.
Yeah.
So I said cool.
You already know this is going bad. What's
Yeah.
your best?
Yeah. So so the Friday, 2 days before the wrestling show, she goes, I can't go. And I was upset about the wrestling. I was like, oh, well, I haven't seen you in a while and I miss you. And then that freaked her out. Like, you can't say you miss me.
Yeah.
Like, we've been dating for 6 months, and I don't want to see you again. So okay. So we had a fight, and my friend's like, oh, don't worry. People have fights in relationships, and it'll be okay. I go, okay, cool. So a week passes, and in that week, I guess her ex-boyfriend decided to sweep in, and he got 2 of his friends to say that I said that I had sex with her, which I never said. I was just like watching wrestling that whole week. So I go in, we were both in the play. This is why I kind of like didn't pursue comedy when I was 18. We were in a play together, and I go in to rehearsal, and she starts screaming at me. And so not only are the kids from the play there, the dance company's there, the cheerleaders are there. The kids in detention we had a huge balcony. They had to sit in the balcony, and this was also right after. So this was all. It gets worse. So this is right after Columbine, and this is when Jerry Springer's on the air. It was really popular.
Oh,
so she's screaming at me, and the kids in the balcony start chanting Jerry, Jerry, and then like finally I freak out on her and her friends, and I'm screaming back at them like I never fucking said that. Da, da, da. And then one of the teachers, because I was like wearing like a metal shirt. One of the teachers grabs her and goes, stop yelling at him. You know what happened last week in Columbine?
Wow.
Like, I'm actually going to, like, do anything like that.
Wow.
So,
Jesus Christ.
You're going to shoot everybody.
yeah. So, she broke up with me and that, like, messed me up. And, like, so
And
it
you
ended.
shot up the
It
whole
went
school.
outside.
You should've shot
it
the
just,
school.
like, went all over the neighborhood. It was like a tour all over the neighborhood where she just kept breaking up with me. And that night. And then, like, 3 weeks later, she called in a bomb threat. She called in the bomb threat. And she tried to pin it on me. And like I think about all this stuff now. If all this stuff happened like nowadays with the culture, she probably would have got me in prison or something because of all the crazy shit she was doing.
That's insane.
But so that's what happened. But that's kind of why I like because the acting teacher like kind of prodded her to do that because the acting teacher was like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was like she admitted, and this is back in the day when you didn't get arrested for this. She admitted that she wanted to fuck some of the kids, but not me. So, like some of the other guys. So, like, I could have gotten in trouble for that. Also, her boyfriend was 23 and still in the school.
Still in high school?
Yeah, and she was 16, and I was 18.
What school was it?
This is New York City school. All the girls, by the way, all the girls back then had like boyfriends in their 20s, and they would yell at you if you like talked to them. Like, wait a minute, like I'm legally supposed to like hit on her. You're not. You're supposed to be in prison.
Yeah.
Like, and I look back now. But things weren't as sensitive back then. Like, this is the 90s, and things were more like, whatever.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, that's what happened to me in high school. So that's why it took a while for me to do stand-up.
We got to ask the teacher the same question. She has issues.
Mine is not as fun of a story.
Mine isn't either. I was like, that's crazy.
I'm like, that's a fun story where it's like, he said, she said, we're running around the neighborhood, we're yelling. That's like a 90210 episode.
There's a terrorist attack.
Yeah. Like, there is like big drama, but none of it is like directly affecting you. And then the more petty drama is what's in your life. But it's like, do you know what's going on in the world right now? Like, it's a very after-school special. I like that. Mine was like an after-school special in that I was the cautionary tale of the girl who was assaulted by the guy that she had a crush on.
Oh, okay.
The very first day of high school.
First day?
Wow.
Like the weekend. It was like the Saturday before the Monday of the first day of high school, ninth grade. And that was the first time I was sexually assaulted in high school. So it happened a couple times, and I had a meltdown, and I dropped out in the middle of 10th grade. And then I, spiraled and then, like, had, like, a full-on, like, mental break, I think. But, like, the positive side of it is that I'm, like, a pretty smart person, and so I just, like, went to community college and got my associate's degree instead of a high school diploma.
Oh, you can do that?
Well, you sort of can. I like jumped through a couple hoops to, like, get away with it. I basically enrolled, because you can go to community college as a high school student being like, hey, I'm in high school and I want to take some college classes before I go to college. And so I just said that. And so then I took classes there. And they eventually sort of just forgot why I originally was there. And they just treated me like a student. And then when I was finally ready to graduate, they're like, okay, like, just give us your high school diploma and we'll put it in the file and then we'll give you your degree. And I was like, funny story. I've just been here the whole time, actually. I haven't been in high school at all. And my mom found this, like, high school online that they facilitate diplomas to homeschoolers. Okay. So if you can prove that you did the work, they'll give you the diploma. And I had all these credits from a community college. And I was like, these are all the credits to get a degree, and here are all my transcript from the year and a half I did go to high school, which is, some credits. Mm-hmm. And they gave me a diploma, and then I got my degree with the same exact credits.
Oh, cool.
Dope.
Yeah. So mine was very motivational. Like, I mean, it wasn't at first. I, like, literally laid in bed for, like, 3 months and was just, like, a wreck. And it wasn't directly because of the, like, assaults, but it was, like, that for sure didn't help. Mm-hmm. I think it was because of my anxiety, and I think my anxiety was triggered by those. So it was like a butterfly effect. It wasn't like I was like, Mom, I'm dropping out of high school and it's because of this thing that happened. This one thing. It was more like that thing happened and it, like, set off all these other events, and then I dropped out. Yeah. And then I, like, laid in bed and, like, was very upset and lost all my friends and stuff. And then I the thing that actually motivated me to even go to community college was I took a trip to New York because I had a couple friends who lived here, and I, like, hung out with them for the weekend. And then some kids who went to my high school but weren't my friends in high school saw on, like, Facebook or something that I was in New York, and they're like, oh, we're in New York and we're going to go to Times Square for New Year's, because it was like a couple days before New Year's. And first of all, never go to Times Square for New Year's. Hell no. But they're like, you should come with us.
Oh, I spent 15 years in Times Square.
Really? Damn.
Well, Caroline's.
Oh, yeah.
But I was inside.
Yeah. But they were like, and you should come with us. And, like, there were kids that I just, like, barely knew. Like, I had, like, a class with one of them. Like, another one of them I, like, had mutual friends with. But, like, I was like, okay. And then I just, like, became friends with these. It's, like, almost like it healed the wound of, like, it felt like my whole school had betrayed me. Mm-hmm. And then there are, like, these kids who are like, oh, we have nothing against you. We think you're cool. Like, come to Times Square with us. And I spent, like, 15 hours in Times Square with them. And they're still some of my, like, really good friends. But it just made me, like, kind of come out of that funk. And I just, took off. And ever since then, I haven't stopped working my fucking ass off at something. Nice. Yeah.
Mine is nothing of that caliber, and I hate that it's sports related.
Football?
Yeah, it was football. Okay. It was. I was the new guy. I went to an all white school from the Bronx, and it was this hype because I was, like, the fastest kid I was keyed as, like, the fastest kid in the state. Mm-hmm. So I was this running back, but I never played football before, and they just threw me in, and I didn't really know the plays. It was my first down. The whole town was like, oh, he's going to be so great. And it's that moment as a running back where you're supposed to hit the hole. Yeah. And I saw the hole open, and I was like, I'm not going that way because there's all these big dudes there. So I just went straight, and then I saw the hole close, and that has set a precedent for just missing opportunities in life. Like, remember that Jim Belushi movie where he goes back to play baseball?
Oh yeah, Mr. Dream or something.
Yeah. Something like if there was one moment that you can go back, that would be just make a left turn.
Yeah.
You know? And now it's just like pay attention to your opportunities. Everything's like try to do as much as you can.
Yeah, now you could be cold and grateful by the entire country nowadays.
Yeah.
If you just made it.
But yeah. So
yeah, I mean, I
No
feel that
bomb
way
threats.
about, like, I was really into theater in elementary and middle school. And in elementary school, I was like in the chorus for every show. But in middle school, I was like in the star of every musical and play my school put on. I was like, this is my dream. Like, I'm killing it. And then high school, you know, didn't get off to a great start.
Yeah.
And I just saw when auditions were to join the like theater program in our high school. And I just it's like, okay, you can go on one of these 3 days at these times. And I just saw each day go by and I was like, I just can't do it. I'm not going.
Yeah.
And it I still think about that I stopped doing theater because I just because something totally, it's like one of the things that with the butterfly effect of like my shitty first day of high school.
You let it ruin everything.
And it's so frustrating because me now, I would I would, if something happened of the same, caliber now in my life, I would take it as oh yeah, you think you can stop me, you motherfucker? Yeah, but 15 or 14-year-old me was just I think I'm just gonna, I think I'm just gonna try to swallow myself whole and see how that goes for a little while.
Mr. Cannon, we have one studio audience. Mr. Bill Cannon, how are you?
Pretty good.
Good. Do you have any questions? Do you have a question you want to
I
ask?
came in late to see what you guys are sort of talking about milestones in your life. That
Yeah.
You,
This question was, what in high school?
What was the thing that happened to you?
What was the most
thing that
traumatic
happened? Traumatic thing that changed
Because
you in high school?
we all sort of have an answer.
I still I have a similar story to you, about football.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be the greatest senior year as a quarterback, and I hurt my arm during the summer from throwing too much.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the year I had. It was very disappointing.
You're a quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that.
It was very disappointing to me that and I almost look upon, it's funny, like what you said, that had it went differently, maybe my life would have been different.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes things can change your life.
Absolutely.
Like you say, what's behind door number one and door number two. And door number one is a ferocious lion.
Yeah.
Door number two is a beautiful model. You know,
Absolutely.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
And, but we all adjust. You're knocked on your ass, you get back up.
Yeah. You take those life lessons, and then they just make you stronger. You know, which is cool. Do you guys know Bill Cannon?
No, it was
No.
a bit.
Sergeant Bill Cannon.
Hi.
He's one of the he's my favorite police officer.
Oh.
Former.
Former.
You still say former?
Actually, in October, I've been out 6 years.
Really?
Wow.
Damn.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Almost 27.
Dang.
Shit. But holy cow.
It goes fast, man. Life
Yeah.
goes fast.
Yeah, no, it does.
Yeah. All right. Let's do time. Don't judge my phone. We're good. We're absolutely great. All
Is
right.
it still recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. The little.
Beautiful.
Interesting.
If heaven exists,
Yeah.
ready for this one? If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates? Who doesn't believe in God?
I don't.
If heaven exists,
Yes.
What is that? I don't know. Hi.
Hi.
Like, what is he gonna tell me that's gonna change what happened? I mean, the thing about it is that I haven't watched that show, The Good Place.
Mhm.
Have you watched that show?
I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, but I kind of like that show. I kind of like the idea behind that show that even after you die, there's still bullshit and drama to deal with. I kind of like that idea that that never goes away.
Yeah.
That's
I
kinda
love
cool.
that idea.
Yeah.
I love the
Really?
idea that the bullshit never stops.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like
Like, they're
that.
still dealing
Wow.
with the drama and bullshit relationship issues. And I didn't watch the show, but they're either in heaven or hell. They can't figure it out. But I kind of like that idea. So if, I kind of would like if God was just all right, this is just the next step. Keep going.
I watched American God. Have you seen that?
No, I want to see it. It's on my
American
DVR.
God? Yeah, American God was pretty good. That was dope.
It's so hard for me to even be play with the idea of God being real.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was like raised by an atheist. Well, not really. Like my dad is just like atheist enough that I was never taught like that God is real. You know what I mean? But I was like taught like be a good person. Like everyone else is watching you, so like just because God isn't doesn't mean you should do whatever the fuck you want. But I don't know. I guess like.
I like that I get to put that idea in your head.
Yeah. What are you? Is this a religious thing?
Well,
Is this a religious
podcast?
What if he said, like, you want to do 5 minutes of the next show?
Yeah. God is just like, oh, like, you're going up next. And then I just do stand up.
I like the idea, too, like, when someone famous dies, like, they're always like, now he gets to play.
To do their thing.
He gets to do a concert with what's his so-and-so. Like, wouldn't it suck, like, if you're just so tired of, like, touring and being on the road and you get to heaven and God's like, oh, here's your itinerary. You have to do, like, 5 towns.
That would be hell then,
like,
right?
Yeah. like if Paul McCartney dies tomorrow, he's up there and John Lennon and George Harrison are standing there. Like, you guys got to go tour right away. We sold out, like, 50 tickets. And it's like, really? Like, yeah, no. Like, everyone down and back on Earth wants you guys to reunite, so you have to go on a tour in heaven. Because you know how much money we're going to make when everybody else dies, so they can see the Beatles again?
Still making money?
Man.
Yeah,
God is just still on that grind.
Yeah. You know how much money we're going to make with this Beatles reunion? And it's like, I thought this is when I get to rest. No, you guys go together again. You guys go on tour.
Just a bad tour manager.
John Lennon's been on tour for 37 years now.
Oh, man.
Right. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us. This is the end of the People's Mic. Closing this out, Mr. Chris Van Wan. Real quick, what you guys got going on? What is your...
I have my weekly show at Caroline, show The Road. I have my web series. That's about it.
I have a podcast called In the Schwick of It on KPIS FM, and it's also available on like iTunes and all the places you get podcasts. I have a show every week at Kinfolk in Williamsburg called As If. It's on Tuesdays at 7:30.
Yes. Tonight.
Yeah, tonight. There's one tonight. Yeah, 7:30. If you get there at 7:15 or before 7:15, we buy your first beer.
Free beer if you're there early. That's hell yeah.
Yeah. For now, we'll see how we'll see how the turnout is, and if it gets too insane, we'll probably find another stipulation. My Twitter is at Anya Volz. My Instagram is at Anya Cado.
Spell it.
ANYACADO for Instagram, and then ANYAVOLZ is my name, my actual name.
Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, and I have a web series called Yonic Tonic, but it's I have a lot of shit. I don't know. I write for the hard times. I don't have a website.
I
know I should have one, but
where you at? What's your social?
Ray Gootz on Instagram, Ray Gootz on Twitter, Ray Gootz.
Spell your last name.
GOOTZ.
Yes. Website?
No, I just feel like nobody goes to websites.
Yeah, nobody goes to websites.
You guys use websites?
Not like celebrities' websites.
Yeah, no.
I just go to their Twitter.
Exactly.
Yeah. If I want to know like where a band is, I just go to their Twitter.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys on
Facebook
bands in town?
Yeah, exactly.
Or do you guys have one of those accounts?
I did for a show I used to run, but I didn't have it for like me.
Yeah. You guys got good names, so you should get your website.
I had a website, I let the domain expire.
Yeah.
I have the domain. I just don't
because buying people's names is big right now for some reason.
Yeah, unless it's like a news website, I don't really go to websites or a message board. Everything is like on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. Right?
Yeah.
That's how I know whether my dad has money. He buys my name every other year, and then he lets it go, and then he buys it again. Because I check to see who is, and it's my father. It's like, you asshole. Like, what are you going to do?
I think he's holding it for you.
Well, maybe. I don't think so, but... and then the price keeps going up.
Are you not on good terms?
We're on weird terms.
Okay, it's like maybe it's petty then.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's kind of petty. Like, we don't even talk. We just growl at each other. It's like, you okay? Cool. That's our conversation.
Well, that sounds like, from what I understand of male relationships, that sounds very healthy
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, so we're good. He's a guy. He's a guy. Question. You on Pinterest?
I'm on MySpace still.
Are you really on MySpace?
Yeah, but
still?
I don't remember my password.
I gotta.
I mean, I guess I still have a MySpace, but
Yeah,
I don't use it.
I still have MySpace.
They make it really. I went there one day to like just check it. They make it really hard to do anything now.
Yeah,
It's like, why do
it's
you even have the site up if you're gonna make it this hard? They took down like all my journals that I wrote back in the day.
Really?
They took like, why the fuck would you take that shit down? Like,
No,
don't you want people to
there's
use
only
it?
one person working in MySpace now.
Tom.
That's it. It's just
Tom.
just Tom.
Yeah.
By himself. He'll be on this podcast.
I
next
just
week.
don't get like what MySpace is for at this point because they make it so hard to use.
No, I have no
Didn't
idea.
Justin Timberlake buy it, or was that like a
I think that's a
rumor?
yeah.
I think
I'm sure
he
would have made it
did.
cool.
I think he did buy it. Maybe he sold it already, but I feel like after The Social Network, it was like a big news story that Justin Timberlake was so fired up from
That he
being
bought
on that
MySpace.
movie.
They need to reinvent
that he
MySpace.
Yeah.
They
bought
need to do
MySpace.
something.
They're hoping it comes back. And
I don't
They
get
keep
how they have
rebranding it, and it ain't working.
I don't get what they do on it anymore. I don't get how it's still going. 'Cause, like, you
I think they're
can't-
trying to make it into like another band camp where you
Oh,
just
really?
like
Yeah.
put your music.
But even like
It's
when I
more
try to look at
entertaining.
people's pictures, I can't do that. I can't do anything on it
Yeah.
anymore. Like,
It sounds like you're like refreshing MySpace every day, like still nothing,
yeah.
still nothing.
I still
What are
can't
you
see
gonna
those
do?
pictures in 2007.
I type it in for kicks just to see if they're still there. Just like, hey, you still all right?
Yeah,
All
still
right. Nobody's using that. You guys got any questions?
You know what's messed up? MySpace was better, but like Facebook just ripped them off and put them out of business. It's
Yeah.
the same shit.
Well,
Yeah.
Facebook does that with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
MySpace was better. You
That's
get to have your
business,
own
baby.
pictures.
yeah, you get to put the music and like little like designs. You can't do that. now.
Facebook
Oh,
is the board.
Remember profile songs? They were so annoying but so fun.
I mean, top 8, so everybody knows who you give a shit about.
Oh, top 8, that drama was real. Now Facebook just does it automatically.
Yeah, it looks weird.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else? Good? You guys are so weird.
I feel so good right now
Nice.
about
Feel
this
good.
blank audience.
Of
like
what we were just
vacant,
talking about,
vacant
right?
stares. You're like, people are going to come in, they're going to ask questions, they're going to...
Yeah. You guys making me look like a liar now. You see that? I was like, these guys going to be awesome, but fuck these guys. All right. Give it up. How about that for Ray
Thanks
Gootz
for coming.
and Anya Volz. This is another
Jimmy
episode of
Peoples.
Jimmy Peoples. This is the People's Mic. You'll find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Blog Talk Radio, everything. Wherever you need to find it, you can find it. Thank you very much.